Happy Friday, everyone. This is JJ with Merit Plumbing in Sarasota, Florida. Wanted to do a quick video showing you how to turn off the water to your home. It's the holiday season. This is being filmed in December, and so a lot of you are going to be traveling, visiting family, leaving your house. The most important thing to do when you leave your home, plumbing-wise, is turn off the water to your home, because the last thing you need is to come back to a house full of water because you had a supply line break on a toilet or something else leak, and just keep running while you're gone. It happens all the time. So if you walk around the outside of your home, here in Florida at least, and you look down around the side of your home, you're gonna see a valve. Now, there's gonna be a couple different types of valves. The valve here on this home is what's called a lever handle ball valve. These are what we use nowadays, as they're the most reliable type of valve, and unless they get really old and worn out, they always provide a nice positive shutoff. So all you have to do in this case, if you have a lever handle ball valve, is grab your handle. When your handle is pointing in line with the pipe, water can flow through the pipe. When you turn it perpendicular, it turns off the water to the home. So the water to this home is now turned off. So if you have a lever handle ball valve, before you leave, just grab a hold of the handle, give it a turn, and your water's now off, and you can go out of town and feel comfortable that when you come home, if there's a leak, it's just going to be a very small amount of water, just the residual pressure draining out of the line, and you're not going to come back to a flooded home. When you come home, after you looked inside the house and made sure you have no signs of water damage, just turn the water on slowly, and that will turn the water on. Now, there's a couple other styles of valves you may find, particularly if you have an older home and if the main water valve was never replaced. On some of the older homes, you're going to have either what's called a gate valve, which is this, or possibly a globe valve. Now, both of them are going to have a round handle on them, just like this, like you would have on a standard garden hose faucet. The main differences are, I don't have a globe valve with me because we don't typically install them anymore, so I have a book with a photo for you. So a gate valve is going to have this long section in the middle, and this is for the gate. There's actually a gate in there, which you can see here in the picture. That long part in the middle is for this gate to ride up and down to turn off the water. So what happens with these gate valves, number one thing I would say is if you go to your home and your main water shutoff valve is a gate valve like this, do not turn that. Just give us a call, give your regular plumber a call, and have that replaced and put a ball valve in. The reason why is you're gonna have two things that are gonna happen when you go to turn off this gate valve. Number one, with the age of it, it's likely not going to turn the water off fully. Some water will still come through. And then number two, and what happens the most common, is when you turn this handle and screw this gate valve down, when that gate valve closes, there's a threaded stem here that this gate valve rides up and down on. And what happens with age is when this gate valve goes down and closes, this stem snaps and breaks. So now you've turned off the water to your home, and when you come back and you try to open that valve, this handle, and that's what happened with this one. Try to see if you can see inside there or not. But what happened in this one is the homeowner turned off the water and they weren't able to get the water turned back on. The handle will spin fine, but inside it's not actually turning that stem and bringing that gate up. The third type of valve you may find is what's called a globe valve. It's going to look just like the gate valve, but it's going to be much shorter in the middle. It doesn't have this area in here for a gate to ride up and down on. I would also recommend replacing these, as these have not been installed in probably a good 20 years or so. So if you have a valve that looks like this, it's going to be 20 years old. It's probably not going to turn off. Now, at least with these globe valves, if you turn it off, it's going to open back up. I don't think I've seen one of these yet snap and break the way a gate valve does. This happens all the time with these gate valves. If I go to someone's home and I need to turn off the water to do a repair, and if they have a gate valve like this, if for some reason at the time, maybe money's tight, they don't want to go ahead and replace the valve at that time, I won't touch these valves. I'll just go to the water meter and turn the water off at the water meter. So those are your 3 types of valves. Again, in Florida, you're usually going to have a water line coming up out of the ground, back into the home, and then you're going to have either a ball valve or a gate valve or a globe valve. If you have a ball valve, go ahead, turn it off, shouldn't have any issue. If you have an older gate valve or a globe valve, give us a call, give your regular plumber a call, and get rid of those, because you definitely need to have a way to turn off the water when you leave, or if you have some sort of emergency in the home, you're going to want to be able to get that valve turned off. I hope that helps you. Have a good, safe holiday season. Remember, if you leave the home, you go out of town, turn off the water, don't take a chance, don't leave it on.